Africa has had its fair share of black serial killers, although many were not documented due to a lot of reasons, but most importantly because Africa does not yet have the capability to track every crime. But, however, there are some heinous murders that were documented, and with the advancement of technology and the new development in the continent, new discoveries are being made to solve murders that were closed or thought to be isolated before. Below are 10 of the most dangerous African serial killers in the African continent who were caught and convicted. Before we get started, if this is your first time of watching this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and please hit the bell buttons and give this video a thumbs up so that you can be notified when I release the next video. The first person on the list is Haj Mohamed Mesfewi, a Morocco public letter writer and a cobbler turned serial killer. He drugged and murdered his victim and then robbed them of their belongings. He was assisted by a 70-year-old woman known as Rahali. Mesfewi murdered over 36 women and 26 of them were buried under his shop. The remaining 10 bodies were also buried in another property that was owned by him. He was sentenced to be crucified in 1906, but the foreigners and the diplomats at that time appealed for a different method of death. He was later buried alive in June 1906. The next name on the list, actually now is two names, are Rya and Sakina. These two murderous sisters are from Egypt. They were the first women to be publicly executed for joint killings of a minimum of 17 other women. These sisters formed a team of 5, which included their male partners and an accomplice involved in drug, prostitution, and murder. Investigation started in 1920 when a burial room full of female remains was discovered rented in the name of Rya and Sakina. With the purpose of robbery, it was easy for the team of 5 to hold down their female victims at different body parts and wait till they are suffocated to death before they took their loot. The next person on the list is Elias Sithole, a South African known as the Panga Man, as a result of his ruthless use of the machine to torture, kill, and dismember the white victims he targeted. He is believed to be a psychotic social activist killer because of the race of his victims. In November 1960, he was hanged for killing a total of 16 Caucasian male and female. The next name on the list is another South African by the name Moses Sithole. Moses Sithole, popularly known as the ABC Killer, relating the first alphabets of the town he perpetrated the killing spree. The name of the towns were Atteridgeville, Boksburg, and Cleveland. Sithole skillfully enticed his victim into vacant fields using false pretense. He then raped and killed them. He was captured in 1995 and convicted in 1997 of raping 40 victims and killing 38 people. He was sentenced to 2,410 years in prison and will be eligible for parole after 930 years, which will never happen because he is meant to rot in jail and there he is going to rot. It is said that he has been infected with HIV virus while in prison. The next name on the list is Maopa Cedric Mak. Mak was a serial rapist and a killer from South Africa, popularly known as the Wema Pan Hammer Killer. He terrorized the Wema Pan area by attacking and killing men and women with hammer. He raped and clubbed them to death. He did not have any specific age group that he targeted. Some he killed in their shops and some on the road. He used any weapon that suited him, either a rock or a hammer or gun. His unique signature, however, was that he stole the victim's shoe. He was charged with a total of 1,340 years in prison for 134 crimes he committed between 1996 and 1997. The next name on the list is Charles Quansa. Also known as the Kumasi Strangler, Charles was arrested in 2000 for the murder of his girlfriend, and later, many more female bodies were found in a surprising position with their legs open wide. This confirmed they have been raped and strangled by him. The Ghanaian first was jailed for rape in 1986, and so it was not a new habit. Unfortunately, after his arrest, the killing and serial murder still continued, leading to a political and public menace with death counts rising up to 34. The next person on the list is Abdul Ali ADI. Abdul Ali ADI is a Moroccan killer who attacks male teenagers. Known as the Tarodan serial killer, he started his vile acts of attacking, gagging and raping his victim in the year 2001. In year 2004, the body of 9 male teens were discovered under a shack where ADI had worked. He admitted to killing, saying he enjoyed suffocating his victims while he abused them sexually. He was sentenced to death in 2004. The next person on the list is Jimmy Maketa. Jimmy Maketa is a psychopath and a serial killer from South Africa. He attacked and killed 16 victims who worked as farm laborers in Cape Town between April to December 2005. He was convicted of 19 counts of rape in 2007. Mansour al-Toini. The Egyptian is known as the most bizarre serial killer in Africa. He formed a gang of street children who engaged in rape, killing and abducting other street children. Most of the killings were committed on moving trains from Cairo to Alexandria. Up in a carriage roof, he and his gang will rape and kill the children and toss them overboard, which is where he got the name Al-Toini, literally meaning express train, church, and was sentenced to death in 2007. The next person on the list is David Tabo Simlane, a Swaziland serial killer. He was convicted of rape and robbery in 1976. He denied the charges of rape and began a killing spree out of anger of the wrong accusation. In 1997, he lured women and children into the woods of Malkens, finding holding job prospects. He killed and buried them in the shallow graves with the help of Vilakati and accomplices, whose end later came in 2001 when he was shot dead by the police. Simlane was sentenced to death in 2011 after being found guilty of 28 murders, including pregnant women. Now that you know that Africa has its own share of serial killer, is there any name that I missed out on the list that you would like to add? And are you surprised by seeing any name on this list? Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you have a great week. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.